Good.
So, guys, what is up? Charles here. I'm back with an old school video. If you're a new subscriber, you have never seen one of these videos because I started to do podcasts. But back in the days, I actually used to just do videos like that, like videos of me talking in front of a camera, talking about a specific concept that I was thinking about these last couple of weeks and months. So today, I kind of want to restart that, and I want to talk about a really important concept to me. So today, I want to talk about the concept of anti-fragility. If you read a lot of personal development books, you may perhaps know the book by Nassim Taleb called Antifragile, and this book was a huge inspiration for myself. So if you want to know how to use that concept for yourself, like for your own personal life, to build a character, but also to improve your life in general, make sure to watch that video till the end. If you don't want to know that, just unsubscribe from my channel, because I'm probably gonna do a lot of more of these type of videos in the future. So anti-fragility, right? If you look at the concept, it's a pretty abstract concept. So you can look at that concept from different angles. One of them is you can use that concept to kind of build your character, because if you look at people, they are, for example, also fragile, robust, and anti-fragile people. So they're kind of three types of people. If you look at fragile people, in a physical sense, fragile people are mostly like weak people that get injured quite fast. So that's like a type of a fragile person in a physical sense. In a mental sense, a fragile person is a person that doesn't have a strong character. So if something kind of quote-unquote bad happens to them, they basically freeze or they completely break down because they're so fragile. On the other side, they're like robust people. Robust people in a physical sense are like mostly really strong, you know, buff. And if something happens to them, they don't break down that fast. In a mental sense, robust people, they mostly have a lot of willpower. So they try to push through things with willpower, and they don't break down as fast. But still, robust people, they can break down if the stimuli is too big. So a good example is some friends of mine, back in the days, they were like, yeah, you know, I can just sleep like 5 or 6 hours and I can still hustle, I don't need to sleep more. And then after like a couple of months or years, they have their first burnout. So these are like robust people. Now, what I like from the book Antifragile is the concept of anti-fragility, and you can use that for your own life. So I just took the decision to become an anti-fragile person. So what does this mean? If you are anti-fragile, it means that you're perhaps not robust. You don't start out as a robust person. Me personally, I started out as a pretty fragile person, especially before I started to work out, before I started to basically also meditate and to work on my mindset. So if you're an anti-fragile person, you are basically becoming stronger by challenge. So always when something quote-unquote bad happens to you, you're becoming stronger, not weaker. You never actually break down. You may break down for a short period of time, but you always find a way to come back up. This is like basically the concept of anti-fragility in a personal sense, if you want to use that for your own life. And the beautiful thing is, you can just take the decision right now, or better to say, make the decision right now, and become an anti-fragile person. So it's easier said than done, but a good example from my own life is actually an example that is really applicable to my present life right now, because a lot of people ask me, hey, how do you know Frank Yan, right? This big YouTuber and kind of fitness celebrity, quote unquote, on YouTube and on Instagram. I became really good friends with him because I decided to become anti-fragile. So just to get you a quick story, I've met this one girl in Switzerland like 2.5 years ago almost, and you know, then she went back to New York, where she is originally from, and I was like, yeah, come on, let's go to New York, like visit her, right? Because I wanted to see her. But the problem was I had too many expectations into that kind of relationship. Even though we didn't have a relationship, I had too many expectations about her, and she was not able to meet my expectations when I went to New York. So I was there in New York, right? Totally frustrated. I was like, damn, she didn't meet my expectations, like what is up? I came to New York. Then I told myself, okay, I'm anti-fragile, right? So what can I make out of this situation? How is this situation basically one of the best things that happened to me? So I started to look like, what are things I can do in New York besides seeing that girl that doesn't seem to have time for me. So I realized that actually Brandon Carter, one of my favorite YouTubers, he had a seminar in New York, like a seminar exactly during that week when I was there. So I was like, let's go to the seminar, right? Let's check it out. And Frank was actually there without me even knowing it. I had no idea that Frank was there, and I had no idea that there is actually a seminar exactly at the time. So then I've met Frank. I talked with him briefly. He realized that I did the same meditation retreat as him, and we became friends instantly. And then he invited me to LA. He invited me to Taiwan. I went to Taiwan and I spent 10 days with him in Taiwan, even more 11. And next year I will be back in Taiwan and I will be working for him. So a guy that I know from YouTube for 6 years, one of my favorite YouTubers, became one of my best friends because I decided to take the decision, or to make the decision to be anti-fragile. At that moment where everything like that I wanted crumbled, I asked myself, why is this the best thing that ever happened to me? And by making that shift, by asking this question, it actually became the best thing that ever happened to me. So this is a technique you can actually use for yourself, because if you ask yourself questions, your brain will always find an answer. So for example, depressed people, they ask themselves, why me, why me, why is this happened to me, why, and then you will always find an answer like, oh, perhaps I'm worthless, perhaps it's because I'm a bad person. You will always find an answer. But if you ask yourself, why is this the best thing that ever happened to me, you may not find an answer right now, but you may perhaps find an answer in 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 year from now. You never know. So if you make the decision to become a truly anti-fragile person, you become stronger by challenge, and you become stronger by things going bad. It's also a reason why I'm recording this video outside, because it perfectly fits my topic, because somebody could come in, or people could distract me, like there are kids like playing here around me, everything. But it just makes me stronger because I improve the skill of making videos. So you can use that skill, that concept for every area of your life. So let me know in the comments below how you like that video, if you want to see more videos like that. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.